Hello, everyone. It's Seth from Schmick Squadron. I'm coming at you guys with a video today. Actually, it could not be today. Fourth wall breaking. So, today, I'm coming at you with my updated profile of LairNoid that I tried just yesterday, Wednesday, at my locals. It was 4 rounds. My first round, I played Trickstar 2-1. Uh, Second round, I played Danger Thunder Dragon, uh, like Danger Thunder Dragon, Shadal Danger Thunder Dragon, and I got O2'd. I kind of lost. I let him go first. Didn't draw any of my going second cards really. Um, didn't get Void Imagination or Evenly. I had Reasoning, but it or Monster Gate and Arima, but it gave me nothing, and he had Colossus, so I couldn't search Lair. Um, And then game two, I cited all of this, except for this, to go first, and I drew literally none of it. Like, my hand was. If for some reason I didn't side out evenly, which was a dumb idea, but I drew two evenly, a Decatron, Called by the Grave, and something else that didn't matter. Um, but yes, so um, game three, I played Solomon Greats. That was 2-1. And then I played round four. I played Striker. I played Donovan, actually. And I 2-1 that as well. So going into the list, got two Anunku, two Dev, one Atondal, one Sightsmith. I cut this down to one. Uh, one Sajet, two Petrulio, one Harmadic, cut that down to one. Three Decatron, two Arima, cut that down to two. Still kept Diablos. This actually came in handy against Donovan in the striker matchup. This card was really good. Um, three, I borrowed three Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. I literally only saw it the entire day against Donovan, and I resolved in our first game. I resolved all three of these and two of these, and still drew into nothing that was playable. Like I did, I think I even activated two Pot of Extravagance, and I still couldn't draw into any of my playable cards, like Vanishment, Imagination, any of the Infernoids. Like I just could not draw into anything. Was sad. No Reasoning, no Monster Gate. Um. So yeah. Um. So, anyways, three Phantasme, three Vanishment, two Imagination, two Lair, three Pot of Indulgence. I still think this card's phenomenal, especially in our deck. Three Called by the Grave. This card was clutch. I was activating Vanishments and Extravagance all day because of Called by the Grave, so it was good. One Reasoning, one Monster Gate, one for one, three Feast, and three Evenly. So this deck is catered to go second. I was considering putting in maining two Twin Twister, just in case if you never saw the Evenly, you had Twin Twister and you could dump an Infernoid into there. But I think this list actually is pretty solid on its own. I could you could main one Twister and go to 42, but I wouldn't want to go any more than 42. And then our extra deck. So it's 14 because that's how many I played. That's how much I played. And looking back on it, I could not make Black Rose in any situation ever in the deck. So I'm not sure why I had it in here, but I was able to. You are able to make Omega just fine. You have Petrulia or you have Harmadic on field, then you just have Decatron, send the other, create level 8, make Omega. Pretty good. And that actually did come up. That's how I won my game 3 against Donovan. So going into it, 3 Tiara, because we're trying not to banish our Tiaras. 3 Intis, 2 Doolittle, and 1 Apprentice Witchling, or Wee Witch's Apprentice. So the reason why this is here is because when we have Lair on field, it makes everybody dark, so you can link into Witchling, make her 19, and then the rest of your monsters become super huge. Decatron doesn't become very big; he's 1,000. But I mean, Harmadic becomes 21, Petrulia becomes 23. Sagette becomes a 29, Saitsumis becomes a 31, Atondel becomes a 32, I believe, or a 33, Deviati becomes a 34, and Anunku becomes a 35. Like, they all become super huge, and then Arima and Diablos become huge as well, and same with Phantasme. They just all become big. Doolittle's there in case you don't have Lair, then you just go into him, and again, all your guys become fat. So Hita's really good. It's good against Solomon Great, and it's also good in our deck because we can search out Decatron, which is nice. Very, very nice. You can search out Decatron, and yeah, it's really good against Solomon Great. So, and all of our monsters are fire. So except for these 6. So I see no real reason to not play this card. Link Kuribo, because if our Decatron gets ashed, we can go into Link Kuribo. Omega's there, Black Rose is there. So what I would do is I would take out Black Rose. I would easily take out Black Rose. And then for the other 2, I would just put in Nightmares. So I would put in Nightmare Phoenix and Cerberus, and that would round out our extra deck. So for side, obviously my deck is catered to go second, so I wanted the deck to be able to go first in case someone's like, okay, I want, like, just in case, like, they're like, all right, I want to go first or something like that, and you continue to go second into game 2. In game 3, if you lose game 2, you just hard side going first, because they'll still expect you to say go second, because your past 2 games you went second. But instead, you go first, and you side in Card of Demise, Pot of Duality. I'm not sure about Pot of Duality, actually. I'm not sure about Duster either. Duster's pretty good. It's honestly really good. I just, like, I'm not entirely sure. I never got to really resolve it, so when I was playing against Donovan, I did go first, and I set Duster, and I set Call by the Grave, and he twin twisted it anyway, so honestly surprised I won that game. But anyways, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. So anyways, Card of Demise, Pot of Duality. Again, I'm not sure about this card. You could just use another Floodgate, but there was a time where it kind of came in and it was useful. So I might keep it. Artifacts, Sanctum, Scythe, perfect. These cards are phenomenal. Like, honestly, these cards are so phenomenal. Definitely in the side. There can only be one because, for the most part, other than, all of our Infernoids being fiends, and then Arima is also a fiend, Diablos is a dragon, Phantasma is a dragon, and really, you really only need like one of these guys. As long as you have Lair, you can kind of control the board pretty dang well. So really, this card is pretty good. You could do something else though. You could do, since they are they're fires and then darks. All your stuff becomes dark. So maybe, what is it? Rivalry. Rivalry could be good, or Gozen. But there can only be one is pretty good. I never got to activate it though, so I don't know. And then Heavy Storm Duster. I really like this card, but I don't know. You could swap it out. But yeah, this is entirely for going first, and it's very much catered for stuff like Thunder Dragon, Solomon Great, and Striker. But you could definitely change this up a bit. But I do like the going first aspect, so you could possibly like swap out this for Void Purification, because that card just kind of keeps letting you garner advantage, and lets you get Infernoids, putting them back into the grave from banish, and then I think the other effect is like you can put them back into your hand or something, or you could like send an Infernoid from deck to grave. So that's really, really good. It just means you're gonna have Infernoids in grave. Other than that, yeah, that's the updated list. This ran way better than my other list, and it showed as well in its performance going X1. The only time this like I really lost is when the deck lost to itself. Um, the Trickstar match, I lost game 2, which was surprising. Like I blew up his entire board, um, and then left him with I only had Sightsamus and a Tondel on board, and I left him with like 2,800 life points or something like that. But then he just like had the play, like he had drones and he had Candina, Lilybell, the honest one, and like he also had Destrudo and just like made Yazi, made Boral Sword and killed me. And then against Solomon Great or against Thunder Dragon, again, my hands were honestly pretty bad. Um, the first hand in game 1 wasn't really that bad. It's just the fact that like he set up a very hot, like an almost unbreakable board, ripped a card out of my hand, had Colossus, had Winda, had a Saryuja, had a Darkest Diablos, and I didn't have any of my cards like evenly or anything to out it. So like evenly imagination, because Colossus doesn't stop imagination. So yeah. Um I probably honestly, if I had imagination, I probably could have won that game, because then I just like I don't know. It's hard to tell, very hard to tell. But anyways, yeah. And then Solomon Great, I don't actually really remember if I'm trying to remember if I even went into game 3 for that game. Um, cause I think I 2-0'd. I think. I think I 2-0'd him, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't completely remember that match, but Solomon Great is not a hard match for this deck when you're just like I went Pot of Indulgence, that went through. I had like one of my games. I had Pot of Indulgence. Then I used Void Imagination. He tried to affect Veiler it, so I called by the Grave Dit. It was disgusting. Um, and then the match that I lost against Donovan, I like I said, I pretty much lost to myself. Like I activated 3 Phantasme, so that means like I was drawing 2 cards and then putting a brick back. I activated all 3 of this. I activated 2 evenly against him to like annihilate his board, and then I also activated 2 indulgence. One I only banished 3 monster or 3 instead of 6, and I probably should have banished the 6 again, because at that point I didn't have any, like I had 2 Tiara in there still, and I was trying not to banish both of them, but I ended up banishing both of them anyways from this, but I couldn't have known that, so I was trying to reduce the amount. But I should have probably I honestly should have just went for the 2 draw, but even then I don't think it would have saved me. But yeah, this is the updated list, and I'll probably try and run this list again. Um, the only thing I could see myself switching, maybe, is instead of Pot of Duality, or maybe there can only be one, go with Enemy Controller, go with Econ, because like Econ with Lair of Darkness could be really insane against like Solomon Greats, definitely against Thunder Dragon. Like Thunder Dragon would be really good against. Um, but yeah, that's that's the list right now, and I'm very happy with how it ran. So until next time, peace out, boys.